Give me a voice test.
What do you mean?
Just fucking give me a voice test.
It's fine.
Just do it.
Dude, I've been talking for the last 2 minutes. What do you mean?
Okay. He's not wearing shoes, by the way.
Shut up. Welcome back, everybody. I'm John.
I'm Joe. We're from Hot and Cold, and today we're here to review the true story, The Big Short, directed by Adam McKay.
Starring Christian Bale, Brad Pitt, Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, John Magaro, and Finn Wittrock.
Why are you telling them? Not me.
Finn Wittrock. I just get excited when I get all their names off in the first try, you know?
You have to look at me for like assurance. Like, I did it. I did it.
It happened.
This is a true story, and it shows the story of the very few people that foreseen the stock market crash that took place in, 2007?
No, only one person foreseen it. Everyone else just kind of jumped on board.
Christian Bale's character finds out that it's
Yeah.
going to crash, and he tries to get the word out there, but only a handful of people believe him. Everyone else is like, it's not going to crash, blah, blah, blah. Like, no one, the economy was thriving. No one wanted to believe that in 1 second it could all go crashing down and make everyone broke. These people all saw that it was going to happen, and they jumped on board and pretty much made bets against it so that when it did crash, they were going to get millions from betting
Cash
against
in,
it.
big time.
I thought this movie was fantastic. It wasn't as good in my opinion as, Creed, because that was inspirational, Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight, because I always love a good Clue movie, Star Wars just because I'm a fanboy, but this, if it was a top 5, would be number 4. It was such a good, well-written movie, and it's by the guy that does all of Will Ferrell's movies. This is the guy that brought you Step Brothers and all those other stupid, raunchy movies that Will Ferrell's in, and he just happened to read the book that this was based off of and thought this was amazing. I want to turn it into a movie, and for his first serious movie, holy shit, he is going to win an Oscar.
He's not going to win an Oscar.
He's going to get nominated for an Oscar.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's not going to finish in the top 5 in voting.
I
That's for
think
damn
he
sure.
would.
All right. It was a good movie. It really was. It was a good movie. I like to learn something, so anytime I go to a movie, if I can learn something, I'm on board with it. This one, though, I knew a lot of things that had already transpired, in like 07, 08, when all like the markets really crashed and all the banks went bankrupt and stuff like that. So I didn't learn as much as I thought I was going to. And on top of that, this movie had a lot of moments where they were trying to take things that, just definitions of things and dragged each one out into a 5-minute little lecture. I felt it was a little unnecessary, and I feel like they knew it was a little unnecessary, so what they did was they would take a celebrity like Margot Robbie in a bathtub,
Completely necessary.
or Anthony Bourdain
Completely
cooking,
necessary.
and Selena Gomez,
Gambling.
gambling.
You
and
have
just
to
like,
understand what they're talking about is so complex. In order to make a movie about business and politics, it is so confusing to reach out to every single audience.
So they're trying to dumb it down. Is really what they're doing.
You would understand
give you a reason to want to watch it.
if you were super smart and into all that stuff. You could kind of understand it if you knew a lot about the banking world. But if you don't, they had to dumb down some of the things they were talking about, but not by the main characters. Like the main characters would talk about each situation as if we knew what they were talking about.
Yeah.
And then they would take you out of, they would literally pull you out of the movie and put you in a scene with Margot Robbie, from Wolf of Wall Street, in a bathtub. Now everyone's paying attention, and now she literally, for 3 minutes, explains the confusing thing that Ryan Gosling just explained, but she'll explain it in a really dumb way, so even the stupidest of people could understand.
Not even a dumb way. She said it almost the same. It's Margot Robbie in a bathtub, so everyone's like, I don't really care what she's saying. She's hot. And she's in
No,
a
she
bathtub.
definitely said it in a dumber way.
Yeah, but
it made a lot more people understand.
Barely. Alright. The only problem I really had with the storyline is the fact that every time they went off to do a new thing, like Steve Carell's little team, like the whole movie, it was them trying to find out things that they had known 5 times already. Like they looked up papers, whatever, and they met with Ryan Gosling. They go over all this, so they're like, oh, we don't really know if we believe it, So then they find one thing that makes them believe it. Then they go do another thing that gives them the same answer. It's like they're fact checking 100 times. I thought it was completely unnecessary. The movie could have been a lot shorter. You would have gotten the same effect.
See, I don't agree with that, because you're sitting there betting all of your money on the fact that the stock market might crash So I feel that if you're going to bet all of your money on that, you're going to want to be 100% sure. And any time there's a possibility that you could be wrong, you're going to freak out and quadruple check everything again to make sure that you didn't just bet billions of dollars for no reason. Like, they put all their money on the line on the sole thought that, you know, Christian Bale's character was right.
Okay, but at the same time, they had already invested the money. So
Yeah, but
there was nothing at that point. They invested the money. It was over. So now,
Yeah, but
whether you're right or wrong, you're either going to lose the money or you're
Yeah,
gonna
but
get
that
the-
wasn't the thing. It was more or less about investing more money. Like, they were like something would happen where like it would be more like sure that it was going to crash. You'd be like, okay, it's definitely going to crash. Let's invest more money. And then something will happen. We'll be like, but maybe it won't. So it'll be like, shit, did we screw up by investing more money? And then something will happen where it's like, no, it's still going to crash. So they're like, thank God we invested all that money. And then something happens where it's like, it's not gonna. But the thing is, that would be stupid if this was a fictional book. But this is a true story. It was literally only showing you what they actually went through.
Yeah.
I
You know what?
liked it. I liked it. I thought the movie was almost flawless.
It was a great movie. Wasn't great. It was a good movie, but it was one of those It was one of those books that were probably better off as a book. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
I
certain
think this was better off as a movie.
there's certain things where you
I feel like it would
read
be
it
boring as a book.
and you could interpret it kind of better yourself. Like this is one thing where it's like, to me it wasn't exciting them going to Vegas and talking to some Asian guy for 5 minutes and like,
I
oh my
like
God, this guy's a dick. Like he doesn't care what he's doing.
I thought it was more intense.
Or them going to Miami and talking to a bunch of real estate guys where like two guys that have no idea what's even going on. So it's like, okay, so now why do I care? Like,
See, but what this movie did was show that we do not give a shit about anyone but ourselves. Like, I walked out of this movie furious with the United States. Like, to watch that, like what you said, the Chinese man, no spoilers, but pretty much, you know, he knew that people were going broke because of his job, but he didn't
Yeah.
care because it was making him rich. He was pretty much like, screw all the people I'm putting out of homes. I'm getting rich, and that's all that matters. And Steve Carell's character was like, you're a monster, you know? I liked that stuff. I liked that little, like, finding out how many people really don't give a shit about anybody. And I thought it was good. You know, okay, overall, I thought the acting was fantastic. You know, Christian Bale played this kind of, like...
weirdo.
He had, like, a little bit of a mental problem, you could tell. He wasn't social, but he was super smart with math and counting numbers. Ryan Gosling was perfect as this like cocky bastard. He was only in it for the paycheck. He saw what Christian Bale said. He saw an opportunity to make money. He went to Steve Carell's character and he's like, I need you to help me make money. I'm not here to screw you guys over. I just want to make my money and leave. You know, Steve Carell and his whole crew. You know, Steve Carell was the only one that really cared about anybody. So he was a very emotional draw to it. And that's that heartbreaking thing with his brother. I felt so bad during that scene. And
I did too, but even then, it's like that. It's like they added that just to put something like that in. It had no relevance to the
but
story.
It showed why he was so yes, it did. It showed why he was so angry all the time and so paranoid.
No, it showed why he was a mopey little bitch.
But that's also what caused him to be paranoid.
He wasn't
I
paranoid
thought
about
it
that. That had nothing to do with his business. You know, his business was his business.
No, it was paranoid because he didn't trust. They even say he didn't trust anybody.
Yeah, no, he didn't trust the government or the banking industry. That had nothing to do with his brother, you know, doing what he did.
But I feel like that emotion just fed into it.
I don't
making
think
him
so.
Unstable.
I
thought it was.
I didn't get
Good.
that from that. I thought that was just a side plot that they added just to give his character more definition.
I don't know. I think they just tried to show as much as what these people went through as possible. I thought the acting was great. There was no music, so I can't really... I mean, there was,
Yeah,
but
there wasn't.
It didn't mean anything. I thought the story was great. I thought the way it was written was great. I thought how they tried to dumb it down for some people was great. You know, the acting. I really enjoyed this movie. I'm going to give it a hot.
I'm going to give it... I'm going in between room temperature and hot. I can't go to hot because...
Then it's a hot then.
And no, all right, then I'll give it a room temperature.
That.
I'll give it room temperature then.
So what the hell is that?
Then it's right in between.
What do we call that? Breaching hot?
Warm room, I guess.
It's pulling up to hot?
It's a real warm room, I guess.
This room is really warm.
It's
almost that hot.
Above room temperature.
Okay.
We'll give it above room temperature.
Above room temperature,
Sure.
but below hot.
If you'd like to learn something, go see it. It's educational, to say the least.
Alright, I'll agree with that.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm Joe.
I'm John.
I'm from Hot and Cold, and stay tuned for more reviews.
Catch you later.